Hi everyone, I'm Sakshi Srivastav, the marketing manager for WRTH. Today we'll dive into the WRTH Web App, our most dynamic and up-to-date platform for global radio listeners. I'm joined by our manager, Olumide Savage, for a quick walkthrough of how it works, what makes it different, and how it helps radio listeners stay connected, informed, and in control wherever they listen from. So, Olumide, the first question that I would like to ask you is how is the web app different from traditional physical book as well as the ebook version?
Thank you so much, Sakshi, for this question, and it's good to have me here as well. To start with your question, what I would say is the WRTH Web App 2025 is built on the same trusted data as the printed book and the ebook. So we share the same level of trust in terms of data for all our products, whether it's the printed book, the web app, and also the ebook. Now, what makes the web app different is that it's an online app which you can access on any browser on any device. And that makes it easy for all of our customers. So whether you're using like a smart device, like an Android or an Apple device, or even like a tablet, a smart TV, your personal computer, you can access our web app online via a browser. Just type it just the way you type in, like for example, your gmail.com. You just type in and then you can access the data. The only thing is that you need an internet to do the access. And then once you're logged in, it has a very user-friendly interface, which I'll show you later on, that you can use to access our data for the web app. And like I mentioned, the web app also contains features and review, which you will find in your printed book, your ebook. It has that section. It also has the section of national radio. It also has the section of international radio. It also has the section of frequency list, national TV, reference, and all the data you need um, to enjoy your radio and broadcasting data. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for answering. Can you also walk us through some of the key features that our listeners love?
Okay, so that's fantastic. So I will share my screen to make it easier to follow. Just a minute while I get that loaded.
Okay.
Okay, Okay, so I don't know if you can see my screen. You should see a map loading now.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, fantastic. So this is the logged in version of the web app, right? So you can access the web app via app.radiodatacenter.net. I'm already logged
Mhm.
in here, which you can see my name. So once you're logged in, you should see something like a map. And in the map, you can select the location you want to select. For example, if I want to select North America, and it load the data for example, where you're looking at in North America, in this case, United States of America. So, like I mentioned, it's a user-friendly interface. If you don't want to use the map, you can also use the list version, which arranges the country alphabetically. Now, it takes a few seconds to load some of the data. Like I mentioned, the data is up to date. So that's one of the feature of our web app. We make sure all our data is up to date. So it's different from the printed book. So it has to check the database and then load the database for you when you want to access it. So you have up to date data, and then you can find out all the information you need. So whether it's national radio, which we have here, whether it's international radio, we've arranged it in a very user-friendly way. And even with COTB, you'd also find them here as well. So all the data are arranged in a very user-friendly way. So you just have to wait for like a few seconds for it to load and pick as well. And also, I will show you the search function after this has loaded. So we also have like a search function similar to what we have in the ebook, where you can find words, keywords for whatever information you're looking for. But so, for example, if I'm looking for a frequency of I198 within the search, I can just type it, and then you can see this belongs to Algerian National Radio. And once you click on it, it will find where the data is and zoom you to that point. So you can see if you just want to search for a frequency, you can do that directly on the web app and to get you to whatever you're looking for, any word. One other important thing for our web app is that for radio stations, you can access other information that are not in the printed book. So whether it's like the social media contact, the email to contact them, the Facebook to to check their social media page, and even like to tune in as well to listen to live radio frequency. So if you're a new beginner, this would also be handy that you don't need to do much setup. You can also stream um, the radio station live as well via the internet. So like I mentioned, you can find all what you need, including the phone number which we see here and their emails. So I'll stop here, but there are more information and you can also check when you also have access to the web app. Yeah.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I have a follow-up question since you mentioned it has up-to-date data. So how do we ensure that the data on this web app stays accurate and up-to-date and has the quality that WRTH is reputed for?
So that's also a good question because up-to-date data is very important, especially for a particular target users that we do have. So you're not working with data that has errors or is misleading. So we make sure our data is up to date because we have a very good network of contributors that contribute to the WRTH, both externally and also internally. So starting with the external aspect, we have different people across the globe, different continents that contribute to make sure that the data is relevant. So we have local data or people locally available to make sure that the data we're sourcing locally for a particular region is correct. And then that is also sent back to us. And then also we can also verify and check the quality before it goes live. And that's why you can also see report any correction or update for a few of the things we might miss or if that we might miss as well, just to make sure that our data is always up to date as well. So it's more of like a community working together, our external contributors as well, and also the internal team that also make sure that we check globally to make sure our data is always up to date. And once the data is always up to date, we make sure that it's updated at least daily and then fed into the system. And also we do schedule changes, which is also a big part. Like currently we're in the summer schedule. Once we reach that particular period of time, we send that update, which is also checked by also our international editor as well to make sure that all our data is up to date with the quality assurance system we do have in place, which are some statistical data to make sure that all our data is up to date. Yeah.
That's very helpful. I'd also love to know how, because we have a range of people that use the WRTH products. So, what are some ways that both beginners and experienced radio enthusiasts can benefit from using the web app?
So for beginners, it's very easy because while we're building the web app, we make sure that you can easily access it on different devices that you own, and to also make the interface user friendly. So you don't need to rack your brain or find whatever you need too much. You just need to follow the user friendly interface we've set up. So for beginners, you can, for example, you just want to even listen to radio of a particular place, you can just click on the streaming link and it will take you to where you need to stream as well. So the data is arranged in a very user-friendly way that beginners can access the data they need. And with the search function, you can just quickly search for what you need and get straight to the information you need. For advanced guys, one thing I believe is important to them is the up-to-date data. So our data is always up to date. So if they want to check for any data that they need almost instantly, they can go to the web app to check for that data in an up to date form. They can also use the search function. And also, like I mentioned, we also have the frequency list that we have here. So if they want to check it via the different region or even the reference section that might be useful for advanced guys like international transmitter sites and target codes. We also have this within the web app. So if you also want to spend time and read our features and review section, we also have that section right here. So we also have the articles, like if you want to read some of our articles that we do have, it's also listed here that our users can also read, whether you're advanced or you're a beginner.
This is wonderful. The last question that I have for you is, are there any exciting new updates or features that are coming soon that you can give us a sneak peek of?
Yes, so I would say stay tuned. Continue to follow our page. We are sending we sent some survey in the past, some like a month ago, and we're taking feedback, looking at what we can do to make the web app more engaging as well. And also, we'll be following up with some of our community members to also see what they value in terms of the web app, what they would like to do to make the app engaging. And as you've noticed from the beginning of the year, we've been having some new updates, and we continue to share those updates as we move forward. So stay tuned. We also have like the community corner page, which we introduced on the WRTH.info, where we release some blog articles and some other things we'll be releasing. So, like I mentioned, stay up to date with our media channels, whether it's our Facebook, the website, or even um, we do use. So please stay tuned and we'll be releasing it as we go along. Thank you.
That's very exciting. So if somebody faces any challenge in accessing or buying the web app, accessing it, how can they get in touch with the WRTH team?
So you can reach us on when you go to our website. So this is our website, WRTH.info. You can always visit our contact page, or see this is our email. So you can even send us an email or visit our contact page. Once you visit our contact page, there's a form you can fill. And once you fill the form, our customer support will reply to you as soon as possible within 24 to 48 hours. And also, if you also want to look at our web app, we also have a section under the web app page where we have some frequently asked questions and how to use the web app. So you can also check that like how to use the web app, and you can see how we can triage some of the things personally as well. So we have some detailed notes here with some screenshots on how to use the web app for you to navigate the web app as well. And then also this is our general frequency and answer questions that you can also check as well.
Wonderful. Before I let you go, what is the best way to buy the web app if somebody is interested in after watching this video?
So if you want to buy the web app, we would love you to have an experience with our web app. So you can go to the web app page. That's one option that I just shared some moments ago. Or you can go to the buy WRTH page on our WRTH.info and just click buy the WRTH 25 web app. So it's that simple. And if you don't want to go through our website, you can also go through our web shop, which is also well known. So you can try our web shop as well. And up here, our web shop, you can also buy it directly, which is also here.
Okay. Once they buy, they get instant access to the web app, right?
Definitely. So once you buy it, you get instant access, you get an activation code, and you go to app.radiodatacenter.net to activate the code. So you can also buy it for someone as well. So once you buy,
Hmm.
you can decide to buy two licenses, one for yourself, one
Hmm.
for a friend or for a colleague, and then you just share them the activation code, and they can start using it without activating. So it's a pretty straightforward process. And once you buy, you get an email, you get an onboarding email to make sure that you have easy access to your web app as soon as possible. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. This has been very helpful. And if any of our viewers have any other questions, you can reach out to us through email that Olumide showed. It's there in the footer of our website. And you can also get in touch with us on Facebook, or you can leave a comment under this video on YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Olumide. It has been really wonderful talking to you today about the web app.
Thank you, Sakshi.